Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Tonight, I hope to show you guys some cards that you don't normally see. You know, not your average run-of-the-mill YouTuber showcase cards. Got just a couple pieces of mail, and I have a submission reveal, I suppose is the best way to describe that. But let me start by saying that over the course of my graded collecting career, I've submitted with the big three, and I even submitted with BGS. That doesn't make me an expert, just makes me experienced, I guess. But you know, I like to have my opinion like everyone else likes to have their own opinion, and that's fine. I am critical of all the companies. I've been called a PSA homer. But as you can see in front of you, and especially in today's episode, you'll see a lot more SGC than you will of any other company. Reason for that: couple. SGC, the speedy grading company, as I like to call them. I teamed up on a submission with a friend of mine, Don, the show and me, here on YouTube and social media. And the speedy grading company was anything but speedy. Took about a month, door to door. And I saw people that said they had sent out and gotten 3 orders back by the time our 1 order had gotten back. It is what it is. It was submitted at the $20 level, and then they announced the $15 level, so I guess that clogged up the log jam there, that even some more. So we're planning on doing another submission. Hopefully it goes smoother and it's at the $15 rate. Let's see, let's do the mail first. I happen to win another copy of Beethoven's 1901 Ogden Limited Gold, or Guinea Gold, sorry, Ogden's Guinea Gold, from 1901. So yeah, this card is 122 years old. It's blank back. I did pick up one of these at the National. Just happened to, I just, you know, I enjoy a little bit of classical music. I would not call myself an expert by any means, but you know, I think that the market is what it is always. But it's nice to be able to pick up a card that's, you know, 122 years old for the price of 3 Topps Chrome Blasters. So I want you to let that sink in a minute. 3 2023 Topps Chrome Blasters, or this, in a 6 no less, which is a nice grade for a card that's 122 years old. I'll leave that on the side. We're going to get back to that in a minute. So there you see another. I don't know if I'd shown this one off, but I'll do it anyway. Here's a PSA 7 of the 1911 Wills Beethoven. Probably my favorite Beethoven card. And yeah, a 7. So this was a little more than 2 Topps Chrome Blasters. Just a smidge over. And we're going to go over that in a minute. You can see the wavy potato chips there. We're going to go over that in a minute. my strong feelings on that subject. There you see a Thomas Edison, an American flag. What I'm trying to do is get a nice representation in my collection of famous people, I guess. This Pink Floyd that I picked up at the National. Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Like, this is the 1900s. I've shown that off before. Check it out in previous episodes. But so I've been trying to, like I said, famous people that are pretty, just getting pretty well known, and you know, there's a lot to choose from. I mean, there's a lot of you know, not a ton. I mean, maybe a lot is the wrong word to use. There's a nice selection of Thomas Edison cards. American flag cards, not as many as I would have thought. You know, never mind the 91 score. But another one of those famous people I wanted to add to my collection is George Washington. So I won this 1911 Royal Bengals cigars, George Washington Heroes of History, in a SGC 1, and the centering is great on this copy. What I really like about this particular release is that, you know, it's got a nice portrayal of the crossing of the Delaware there on the bottom. Just, you know, the visual with the sky and everything, and it just looks really nice. There's the back, and again, this card is 112 years old, and you know, Abe Lincoln is also in this set. I'd like to pick one up. I unfortunately, there was a 2.5 that ended at the same night as this, and I wasn't close on the 2.5. So, but I was able to land the George Washington, and very happy to have that in the collection. Okay, I showed those. Let's do the reveal, the graded reveal. And I've got one card that on top of this reveal that Don was able to pick up for me. And you know, a lot of this is also the importance of having friends in the hobby. You know, it's nice to go on eBay 24/7 and say, well, I can just get it cheaper on eBay, blah blah blah, cheap on the internet. Well, you know what? I'll show that first one on, since we're on that topic. There are cards that don't show up on eBay. There are cards that eventually show up on eBay, and by the time they show up on eBay, a bunch of people might want them, and then you're SOL. So if you've got friends looking for cards that you want to own throughout the country, the more friends you have, the more the odds get better that they happen to see something, think of you, and say, hey, you want this? You interested? Yada, yada, yada. So one of those cards that Don was you know, happened to find and had me in mind and was able to add it to my collection is this. And I don't like to use the word rookie card for these famous people, but first card I guess is a better word, but it's the Leonardo da Vinci first card from 1899. So this card it's a confectionery card, and it's from 1899, so it's 124 years old. The back is in German, so I cannot read it, but very, very, very happy to have this in my collection, and it was a lot less than you might think in a PSA 2. Now, let's do the reveal, and then I can do the rant afterwards, I suppose. So, he had picked up a bunch of stuff for himself, and then we bundled in for some deals on some raw lots. And I had also sent one card that I thought would look cool, graded, slabbed up. And, you know, all of the cards here are non-traditional sized. Most of them, I think all but two of them are small sized. And, you know what, get into it now. We're at a point now where PSA cannot be trusted to slab small cards. Here you go. You can see it right there. The light is reflecting. You can see the Waves potato chip around the Beethoven. You can see it on this Beethoven. Just look at this. Look at this, terrible. It's just terrible. Now they have a Mylar sleeve inside on the back of the card, and they're saying it's to protect the card. I'm saying that over the course of the first 30 plus years of the company, it was fine to have something that looked like this, where there is no sleeve on the back, there is no wave going around. It's just really super clean frost. This is amazing. If I could get PSA to guarantee this on everything, I wouldn't have any SGCs in the collection. But they can't do that. They give you this. They give you this. I guess this is a better example because it's the same size. These cards are the same dimensions. You know, 107 years apart, and they're the same dimensions. So there is no need for inner sleeve, Mylar sleeve, baggy. I call it baggy because it's fun to call it baggy. There's no need for that. If they can do it like this, if they can make this, they can make this like this. There's no excuse. Now, if they want, oh no, we refuse to slab them up without a Mylar sleeve to protect it, fine. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. I don't want to see this when I'm looking at the card. I just don't want to see it. I should have had my my Cy Young that I picked up at the show. I want to see this when I look at these cards. Not an eyesore on the edges. You want to put a Mylar sleeve in there that you can't really see from the front? Okay. That sucks too, but okay. Because you can even see the wave right there. As the light goes across, you can see the wave. Get rid of this. Whatever this is, get rid of it. Terrible. CGC cannot be trusted. CGC is 100% incapable at this time of slabbing small cards. Because it'll be an inner baggy just like BGS does. And BGS does inner bag on everything. That's probably part of the reason why they're part of a multiple reasons why they're irrelevant now. But yeah, you know, you can't have the Waves potato chip in there. You just can't do it. Even this one. Don has this too. He has a SGC 2. And it doesn't, I'll show you in a minute. I guess that's a little bit of a spoiler. I'll show this first because I haven't shown those. It's from 1908. Stalwart album 10. This is the Mozart. Again, it's in French. I'm sorry, German. But you can tell it's the same company. These cards are the same size. The Leo's sitting a little lower, but these cards are the same size. So there's no excuse. There's even less excuse for Tito 6 size tobacco cards to be in the wavy potato chips. So this was one of the cards that Don had picked up raw. a very, very young Mozart. And like I said, the back is in German. I believe this was a candy company. Chocolates, I believe. So I got the Mozart. Got the Bach. That's not a particularly good looking card, but it is Bach, and Bach is Bach. And there's the little child Mozart. I do not have the there is a Da Vinci in that set, and there is a Mozart, a Beethoven in that set that I'm still looking for. I picked up no, these are all reveals. Those two cards were graded by myself. Don sent them in for me. And you know what I mean. He did find some Ogdens, some 901 Ogden Golds. So we got a Beethoven there and a 1. It's pretty beat up. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but it's pretty wrinkled, like someone sat on it. Here's a Mozart in a 2. Now these black border cards don't look the best in SGC holders. It is what it is. I mean, at least there's no baggie inside. Here's the an 01 Ogden's Gold Bach that I had never seen a raw copy before, and he found this raw copy, and we sent it in, and it came back 1.5. It's blank. Oh, the Mozart does have a bit of writing on the back. 30p, 30 pence. I don't know what that means. But and just for s and giggles, I had your friend of mine, Andy. We were having a conversation. She bundled me with refractors, and had him look this up in the pop report, and it's a pop 1 as of like a week and a half ago or something like that. So I'm under the impression this is a sure print. I'm just happy to have it in the collection and have all three goats together. A couple of the 1911 Wills. Had a Mozart slabbed up. Came back a nice 4. And a Bach slabbed up. Came back a 3.5. These do have text on the back. This set's quite nice. I'm a big fan of this set. So it does have writing on the back. I also submitted he did find the trio. So I did submit all 3. And I needed Don to have a Beethoven in his collection because he didn't have any Beethoven in his collection. And he's forming quite a well-rounded famous people collection. And he had gifted me a while back now a Pontine Monet in the 2.5 SGC 2.5, which I've shown off before. So I figured it was time. He didn't know until he was about to send me the package. That one's for you. So I do believe he did show it off his last release there, his last episode. One final card I had in this particular submission. It was a 9-card submission, so that's 7. So one more to show off. And it's a modern card. Not ultra modern, which we need to work on that, but it is what it is. But it's from 2009, Allen and Ginter. This is Beethoven No Number Mini parallel. And if you're recent to Allen and Ginter, and I couldn't tell you what year it was they stopped, but initially the first at least 4 years, 6, 7, 8, 9, they hand numbered. They put the employees to work, and they hand numbered the back of these in pen, so it does not have a card number like the Soto I submitted at the show from 2019. But so they are hand numbered, and that is noted on the flip there. No card number 33 of 50. So I'm guessing this is a low pop. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I just think this is an image that you see used a lot for Beethoven. There aren't a lot of different Beethoven images. I mean, that's more of an older shot. But yeah, I just thought this would look good slabbed up, and of course it does. So happy to have that in the collection. I've got a couple more on the way, like a couple famous people. I guess that's what I'm going to start calling it. I like that famous people collection. I just thought of that after I pushed record.